I'm gonna share 4 weight loss rules that you must follow if you wanna lose weight in 2026. Following these rules helped me lose 130 pounds and keep it off for 11 years. Number 1 is the most important rule, but if you also don't do number 4, everything will fall apart. Before I get into it, if you want to support the channel and you think you can handle more of me and Sassy, we have channel memberships. So you can click the join button and become a member of the Cute Heart Club, and you'll get some cool bonus videos and custom emojis, which are baller. Remember the friends, I am not a doctor. I'm just a me who lost a lot of weight. I have no papers. I'm not a professional. Don't listen to me. This is just my experience and my opinion and what works for me, honey. Number 1. You need to be in a calorie deficit in order to lose weight. That means you need to eat less. So no matter what you hear from the weight loss and fitness industry, no matter what you hear on the internet, there is so much information out there. The only way to lose weight is by eating less and being in a calorie deficit. There are so many things that people say, well, what about my age? What about menopause? What about hormones? What about, well, I'm doing keto, I don't eat carbs, that's how I lose weight. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how old you are. If you're in menopause, the only way to lose weight is by being in a calorie deficit. If you're doing any trend or fad diet like intermittent fasting, 1 meal a day, keto, any of those, the only reason why you'll get results is because you're eating in a calorie deficit. You might not realize it because you're just not eating carbs. It's because you're eating less. This is just a random thought, but I seen something on Pinterest today where there was like a list of rules that somebody had that they needed to do every single day to lose weight. And it doesn't have to be that way. If you're finding it too complicated and too hard, it's because you haven't broken it down to the one simple step that matters. You need to eat a little bit less and be in a calorie deficit, and that's it. I use portion control to lose my weight. So if you want to know the exact meals and portions that I ate to lose it, you can buy my weight loss ebook called The First 50. The link is down below, and code Nicole will save you 10% off. And if you're looking for a baller protein powder, you gotta try this one. This is what I use, and it's because it's literally the best. This is HTLT Subs, casein, and whey protein powder, and this is the chocolate milkshake flavor. It is my favorite, and I used it tonight in my protein ice cream because it makes everything chocolatey and yum. Code Nicole will save you 15% off, and the link is down below. Don't fall off the counter. Number 2, you need to try new foods. And this is coming from the most pickiest eater for most of my life. What happened was when I was trying to lose weight, I was shut down to a lot of foods. I was barely eating any protein, any fruit, any veggies. I really didn't eat very much or very well.
Tell them your Subway order.
I would go to Subway, and I was so picky that I would literally order, and the Subway people were staring at me like, are you trolling me? And trolling wasn't a thing back then because, I'm old. But I ordered bread, half a sub. What do you call that? A 6-inch? A 6-inch sub, Italian bread, cheese, and olives. No joke. That's it. That's all I would eat. They're like, you don't want lettuce? You don't want tomato? No. Dressing? Nope. That's how picky I was. What that did is, that sub didn't keep me full because there wasn't enough protein or volume in it to fill my belly. And so, that would be my lunch order. By the time I got home, I would be starving and I would just eat everything in sight because I was totally shut down to trying different foods. And because I wasn't eating a lot of protein helps you feel fuller longer. When you're eating in a calorie deficit, it's normal to be hungry. So what was happening is, it was breaking down for me because I was so hungry all the time because I wasn't trying different foods to help me through my weight loss journey. So I started trying new foods, and it's not easy at first. You are gonna have to try things a few times before you get used to them. And before you even decide if you like them or not, I eat pretty much everything I eat now, I didn't eat before. Like, you guys see me loving Greek yogurt. I wouldn't touch yogurt before. So give things a try. And the more that you try new things, you're gonna find some really cool stuff that you're excited about, and that will help you stay on track, because you'll be like, wow, this helps me feel full. Oh, whoa, I can have Greek yogurt and I can have a lot of it and still be in a calorie deficit. So here's an example. Egg whites. I eat them now, but they're still not my favorite. I would never eat them plain. And so when I first started looking at new foods and I heard that egg whites are great because they're low calorie and they're high in protein, well, I saw the way people were eating them with like spinach or plain with just salt and pepper, and I thought, no way. And I tried to force myself to eat that, but I couldn't stick to it. But I started learning there are different ways that you can build egg whites into your meals and not even know they're in there. And if you guys watch my channel, you'll see one of my favorite breakfasts right now is chocolate peanut butter oatmeal. In that oatmeal, I have egg whites, but you can't even taste it because of all the other tasty stuff that I have in there. Kyle and I wanted to try cottage cheese when we first started. I couldn't do the texture. So we started to blend it with peanut butter, sweetener, cocoa powder, and then we froze it. And we made like a chocolate peanut butter mousse ice cream. And it was like a whole new world. I didn't know I could love cottage cheese. So any foods that you're not sure of, try them in different ways, in different foods, and you will surprise yourself at what you'll find. Number 3, you need to be consistent. Everybody is so amped up at the beginning of their journey, and you might, because you're losing water weight and stuff at first, you might drop a lot of weight right away. And then when it slows down, you're gonna be like, well, what the heck? Throw this out the window, it's not working. Your body is gonna take at least 2 weeks to adjust to what you're doing. And so you need to give it time, and you need to be consistent until you start seeing results. If you're eating in a calorie deficit every day and you're being consistent with that and consistent with moving your body, the results will come, so don't give up. Everybody wants to focus on being perfect. Oh, my diet's great. I've got egg whites and spinach and avocado and all the perfect diet in the world. It's not gonna matter if you're not being consistent. And sometimes people will go, well, I made a mistake. That's okay. Mistakes happen. As long as you're being consistent, a mistake or two isn't really gonna matter. Just keep getting back on track and doing the same basics day after day. You need to be consistent with where you're at. So for example, when Kyle and I first started, all we could do was 15 minutes a day for walking. So we stayed consistent with that. You need to be consistent with where you're at in your fitness level. If you can only walk for 5 minutes, do that every single day consistently. If you're only ready to make one small change, do that every day. Maybe you love coffee, and instead of putting 2 tablespoons of cream in, you go down to 1 tablespoon. Do that every single day consistently until you're ready to make another change. Kyle and I, we started with literally the food we had in our house, but we portioned it out and were consistent with it every day. We couldn't give up dessert or French fries. We included them in our diet pretty much every day, but we were consistent with portioning it out every day. And it was the consistency and the calorie deficit that started getting us the results. Remember to focus on the consistency, not the perfection. There is no such thing as perfect in weight loss. Now we're at number 4. And if you don't do this one, combined with all the others, everything will fall apart, because no diet is sustainable unless you do this. And number 4 is you need to build in foods that you like. We're guilty of trying to eat foods that we did not like, but we thought you had to eat for weight loss. We tried that for years and we kept failing. And I see a lot of people try to do that. They'll add in foods that they don't like hard-boiled eggs or plain tuna, and they think they have to eat those because they're for weight loss. But if you don't like them, you're eventually gonna stop eating them. So it's very important to make your meal plan fun. You need to like it. And because the only rule to lose weight is being in a calorie deficit, you can pick any of the foods you like. I love making my food fun. So does Kyle. So every night for a snack, we're having popcorn, but chocolate peanut butter popcorn. We literally melt chocolate chips and peanut butter chips and we drizzle it over the popcorn. We love that. I make chocolate peanut butter oatmeal for breakfast. You know, I make fruit dips with yogurt and protein powder and pudding mix, and I make it really fun with chocolate chips and syrup over top. I add cereal to my yogurt parfaits.
We eat pizza and ice cream every single night for dinner.
Yes, we do. So it's really important that you love your food, because if you don't love it, if you don't wake up excited to eat your meals day after day, eventually you're gonna get bored of what you're doing. You're gonna go, ew, I'm tired of that. I don't want to eat like this. I can't eat like this for the rest of my life. And you're gonna fall off. Everything will fall apart. Even if you were being consistent before, if you don't eat your meals that you love, you're not gonna stick to it. You're gonna start to rebel against everything that you've been doing. And so it's very important that you choose foods that you love. Weight loss is not about what you're eating, it's about how much. So pick foods that you like, eat a little bit less of them so that you're in a calorie deficit, and do that every single day consistently. And you'll be way more likely to stick to what you're doing and way more likely to actually lose weight in 2026 like you want to. Thanks for watching.
Remember, the friends, that weight loss isn't just about the number on the scale. It's also about here and here, heart and mindset. Fight through it. You can do it. Don't give up.